Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see all about Azure databases. So what are the databases present in Microsoft Azure and what are the services Azure is providing to related to databases. So all the databases which Azure is providing and what different types of databases it is providing. So all about databases we are going to see in this video. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, please visit my channel and go to the playlist where you have Azure Microsoft playlist. So watch that playlist in a line by line manner, so that will help you to understand the concepts of Azure and what is meant by Azure and what are the services it is providing, how to create those services and what are the things is needed while creating services. So all these things I have explained briefly in the videos. So I used this Microsoft documentation only for explaining purpose, because reading from the azuremicrosoft.com, these documents will help you at great extension while understanding the basic things. So by taking the knowledge from other websites or not from the official websites will may lost you, like you will get the exact data. Those normal websites also take the data from this official websites, right? So I use it to tell each and every concept with the documentation. Also I have taken that examples in the lab also, so that will help you to understand better. So let's get started. Before getting started into this thing, one small single point I have to mention, that is, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon, so that you will never miss any update of ours and any videos. You will get notified when we upload a new video, so you will never miss any videos and you will be up to date regarding our videos. So we are planning to start other tutorials also as other technologies or other technologies. So stay tuned to us and subscribe and click the bell icon. So before getting started into Azure Microsoft things, you have to know about databases. What are the different types of databases we generally have? Like databases may be of relational or non-relational or NoSQL. We know all these things. So databases of relational, non-relational. So if you see the portal of Azure, you will have these here in the favorites. You will have defaultly SQL databases, and you will have this Azure Cosmos DB. So these are two different types of databases. If you want to understand what is meant by SQL database, you have to understand deeply. If you are creating here what type of database you are creating, no knowledge of that. So to understand these things, first you have to know about different types of databases Azure is providing. Azure is providing some databases which are fully managed and intelligent and flexible cloud database services Azure is providing. So coming to the choice, we have to select, right, whether you want relational or NoSQL or in-memory databases. There are three different types of databases which are fully managed relational databases and NoSQL and in-memory databases, and different types of things are there like spanning properties and open source engines. So based upon your requirement, you have to select what type of databases you want for that particular thing to go on. So focus on the building the applications, while Azure managed databases make your job simpler, right? So keeping consideration into your easy going purpose, they have developed different types of databases. You can see here the list of products related to databases which Azure is providing. If you want that managed and intelligent SQL, then you have to go for that Azure SQL database. What you have in this SQL database is nothing but this Azure SQL database. In that Azure SQL database also you have three types of things, that is Azure SQL managed instance you want, or Azure SQL server on virtual machines you want. These three types of comes under this SQL Azure SQL. Like managed and always up-to-date SQL instance in the cloud is nothing but managed instance. And migrate your SQL workloads to Azure while maintaining complete SQL server compatibility and operating system level. Like you no need to go for the infrastructure, that will be managed by Azure only. If you want that type of things, then you can go with this SQL server on the virtual machines. So this is the three types of things we can see in the Azure SQL, right? So these three things are one point or one thing you can say. Next we have one more thing, that is called as a scalable and secure and fully managed enterprise ready apps on open source PostgreSQL. Like PostgreSQL also most of the people use it similar like SQL. So if you want to go with the PostgreSQL, then you have this Azure database for Postgre, and if you want to go for MySQL, then also you have Azure database for MySQL, and if you want to go for MariaDB, you have also this feature in the Azure. And coming to non-relational databases and NoSQL, we have this like Cassandra and MongoDB. For these things, we have one type of database, that is Azure Cosmos DB. In this, you can build this NoSQL types. And next, we have for in-memory data storage, we have one type of Azure storage that database, that is nothing but Azure Cache for Redis. Redis Cache, we can say. To manage that in-memory data stores, we have this type of service in Azure. Next, accelerating your transactions to the clouds using a simple and self-guided migrations. For the process of migrations also, you want databases, then you will have one service called as Azure Database Migration Service. So if you want that data should be clusters and apps, your data is in that Cassandra format, like that you have to manage those things with the managed instance and service. Then also you have one service called as Azure Managed Instance for Apache's Cassandra. So coming to differentiate between these things, what are the features they are having, see this table, then you will clearly understand what are the different types of databases we are having. Three types, these are relational databases and non-relational databases and in-memory databases. Non-relational comes under NoSQL, right? So these three things comes under relational databases, and other based upon SQL, these three things are one package. And other than SQL, we have PostgreSQL and MySQL is there, and MariaDB is there. So these all things are relational databases where the data is relational. And where is NoSQL databases, which is non-relational database, we have Azure Cosmos DB. In that you can go and create other NoSQL types, okay. Next, we have this Redis Cache for in-memory data storage. For example, if you want to store in-memory storages you want, then you go for Redis Cache. Coming to data models, there are different types of data models. We have like hybrid and serverless and storage scale out and compute scale out. So you can see which database is of which type. You can check and by this table. So, and distributed multi-master riders, OSS based service and HTAP. So these things are not needed at this low level as we are at the starting point. So observe this type of relational and non-relational in-memory databases. These things all are relational. Cosmos DB is NoSQL thing, and Redis Caches in-memory databases. Let's understand about these three things. First of all, like Azure SQL database and Azure SQL Managed Instance and SQL Server on missions. First, go to the lab to identify where we will get those things. Like you have to first go to marketplace. A marketplace is the thing where you have all types of services, where you can search with different types of filters if you want. You can search with, go to the databases thing, click on databases and search for what type of database. There are numerous number of databases. In that, what you want, Azure SQL type of databases you want. So search for Azure SQL. Yeah, I got these type of things here. So click on Azure SQL here. So click on create. So it will tell you what type of plan or service do you want. So here different types of things in the Azure SQL. As we discussed in Azure SQL, three types of things are there now: Azure SQL database, Azure SQL Managed Instance, SQL Server on virtual machines. These three comes under a single part. So here you can see, you have to select for best modern cloud applications, hyperscale and serverless options are available in this. If you want this type of thing, you can go with SQL Server. Here also you can type what type of SQL Server you want, like single database you want, like elastic pool you want, or database server you want. You can select the resource type also. You can show details, you will get the details like this. What is meant by single database? In terms of, if you don't know what type of thing is, you can get the details out of that, and you can understand it, and you can go with your requirement, right? Single database or gate fit for modern cloud-borne applications that are needed a fully managed database with predictable performance. So basic single database is nothing but a default SQL which we have seen in the favorites, right? So this is having the features like this: serverless compute, easy management, and hyperscale storage up to 100 terabytes, right? Coming to Elastic Pool, this is of provide a cost-effective solution for managing the performance of multiple databases at a time, like with variable usage patterns. Not a single server, but if you want many multiple databases, then you can go for Elastic Pools. Like if you're dealing with high big applications, then most of the people choose this Elastic Pool, which is having multiple databases. So this will, what this feature is having is resource sharing for cost optimization, simplified performance management will be there. So next, coming to database server, we have used to group of to manage group of single database and Elastic Pools. To manage both the things, we use this database server. So what the features it will gives, like access management, backup management, a business continuity management will provide this database. So this is one of the type which is seen in the Azure SQL. And next we have this SQL managed instance. This is best for migration to the cloud. If you want that my application should be migrated to cloud, then you can select this. This is like lift and shift ready, like that type. Here also you'll have two options, like a single instance you want, or single instance with Azure Arc. That is nothing but you can understand with the details. Like we know about single instances compatibility for migration. We use this single instance for easy type of migration, we can say, like no need to bother about the infrastructure and you can easily migrate like that. And like navigate virtual network support, fully managed services is providing this instance. Next, coming to single instance, Azure Arc is nothing but enabled managed instances, provide SQL server access and future compatibility that can be deployed on infrastructure of your choice. Like on what type of infrastructure you want to deploy, that can be decided by you. Deploy on infrastructure of your choice. Built-in management capacity will be there. Like what the on, for example, if you select on this, that will deploy that thing in the Azure infrastructure, what it will like. So what it is available, that will do. Here what Azure Arc means, you can choose your infrastructure where you can store your things like that. Coming to third type which we have is SQL virtual machines. Here what we are doing means SQL on virtual machines, like best for migration applications and requiring OS level access and shift and ready type. This also where we have to select the virtual machine first of the image of that virtual, what type of virtual machine you want, then that create button will be enabled. For example, if on enterprise Windows server, then you create button will be enabled. So fully administration control over the SQL server. You want to control full process of this SQL, then you can go with this, because you have to manage that underlying OS, right, for migration to Azure. So at that time most of the people prefer these things like SQL server and OS access. Expansive SQL server will be there and OS version support is also there. Automated manageability feature for SQL server will be there. So based upon the requirement and go for the plan which you want. To know more about these things, you have to go this docs.microsoft.com, ENUS and Azure SQL database pass overview. So this is nothing but a platform as a service, right? Which is a fully managed platform which having 99.9 availability. So these things we have to remember. Most of these database engines, what the functionality of these things is upgrading, patching, backupping and monitoring without the involvement. Management is nothing but this thing, like they will manage all these things, not by us, they will manage. So coming to these things, deployment models, we have single database as Elastic Pool we have seen. And next up, performance, scalable performance and tools, we have this data like Elastic Pool, how we work, that how many, there are two types of things, like vCore based purchasing models of vCore purchasing model, and DTU based purchasing model and serverless model. What is these things means? Coming to vCore based means it's the independent scale to compute and storage. like two independent things, and we can choose the different types of service tiers there. That is for high availability will be there for that type of things, and we can save the cost if you go with the vCode based purchasing models like those things. And coming to DTU, it is nothing but database transaction unit, like how much CPU memory and data read and write things will be there, and different service models will be there here also, based upon different features, and pricing will be different. So choose what requirement you want. And service tiers there of general purpose, standard, premium, and hyperscale is there. Elastic pools is nothing but like more number of databases we can manage. There are also different types, basic, standard, and premium. Like up to how much you can scale depends upon that standards. So for 5 ETDs per DB, that will be basic, and 100 ETDs per DB, that will be standard, then 1000, so that will be premier likewise. So these things you have to know before getting started into these things. So then you can create a service based upon these properties. If you know these things, you can directly go to lab and create your SQL database. I will show you. Yeah, this is the basic thing, which is single server database first type. It will ask you for subscription. If you have an active subscription, give that active subscription, but my subscription is currently in disabled state. No problem, I will show you the basic things like parameters and properties. I will show you. Like resource group, if you are having any resource group, you can go to that resource group and select that. If you don't have any resource group, create one resource group. Resource group is nothing but to grouping the resources which we have created in the Azure portal. So while deleting those things, you can delete all the related resources at a time, and you can easily find out that resource also by using that resource group name. So like this resource group will have some advantages, so use that. So next database name you have to give, and next server, what type of server you want, you have to select that, or you have to create one server also. So database and different thing and servers are different. I think everyone is aware of these basic things. And if you want that elastic pool or not, if you want that elastic pool, you can create, like to multiply that databases, multiple databases you want to store in that, then you can say yes, or otherwise no. And compute, you can select how many types of DTUs or like that, you can configure that. So you have to select the server first before configuring this thing. So next backup storages, it will asking for like local redundancy or zone redundancy or Zio. Next we have networking, where we have private endpoints, firewall rules. If you want to give firewall, then you can say yes. Like next security will be there. You can give ledger if you want that, you can configure your ledger, or otherwise you can skip these sections and go to review plus create. Tags, you can give this tags also used for billing purpose, and if to identify different types of resources. If you are in under one tag, then you can easily find those resources. At the time of billing also, if you are from particular department, then you can easily find that resources which are created on particular department like that. So next review plus create, then you create button will be enabled so that you can create your things if validation is successful. So likewise you have to create SQL databases. To know more about this SQL, Azure SQL, here in this page only you will have this SQL DB. After you have SQL managed instance. So go to the SQL managed instance overview, know about what is meant by SQL managed instance. So here it is that. It is also intelligent scalable cloud computing, which is having 100% compatibility, right? So this is also a PaaS service. So how to create this, the only basic things will differ other than this. So SQL database is other kind of this managed instance. Tiers is also same, business requirements. So while selecting, you just have to select this SQL managed instance, then you can create. If you want to go for SQL server on Azure VMs, on Azure VMs also you can create SQL server. If you want to know about this, go to documentation. then learn about that what is meant by on Windows machine. If you want to create, go to Windows Azure SQL VM. So that will create on the Windows virtual machine your SQL. Your SQL will be on the Azure Windows virtual machine. So like these things also you can do. So there are three different types of Azure SQLs where you have to manage that infrastructure, where you don't need to have to manage infrastructure. If you want that should be in the Azure virtual VM also you can do. So these are the three different types of SQL Azure SQL things. And next we have this database Azure database for PostgreSQL. So these things to find out where you have this thing. In the favorites you don't have all these things. In the portal you can see only few resources are mentioned here. If you want any resources other than this, you should have search for that. So you will have see here Azure databases for MySQL and Postgres. For flexible server we have this, or if you want to check for all the different types of things, you can go for marketplace. That is the only place where we have to find the resources, right? So databases, go to databases, search for Azure database for PostgreSQL. Here you will get the option, right? Hyperscale also thing is there, so click on that Azure database for PostgreSQL and create. You'll have different types of things here. You can see in PostgreSQL also you have different types of things, like single server you want, or flexible server you want, or a hyperscale cities server you want, or Azure Arc enabled PostgreSQL hyperscale also is there. These are the four different types of Azure data servers for databases for PostgreSQL. So understand the different basic small difference will be there in these things. So understand, most of the people go with the single server only. If you are there using PostgreSQL, most of the thing go with the SQL only. They don't come mostly to this PostgreSQL. So these are the different types. I want to show what are the different types of Azure databases are present. So that's why I'm making a brief introduction about these things. If you want to learn more about PostgreSQL, go to this a link like docs.microsoft.com, where is a en Azure PostgreSQL overview. So your page will be like this. Overview, you will have these things. So go through this documentation, which is the relational databases in Microsoft Cloud based upon Postgre Community Edition. So like this deployment models are there, single server or flexible server or hyperscale thing you want. So select on that what are the features it is giving. So read those steps and create on any one of these things, so you will understand. So just create means here you can create and go. It will give you the properties. You have to select the properties, right? Likewise you can do. So next what we can have is similar to this database PostgreSQL, we have one more thing, that is so after creating this SQL or databases servers, you will get credentials, right? To use that thing, you have to download that for SQL Studio, you have to download SQL Studio Management Studio, and for Postgre, if you want to use that, you can just install that Azure Data Studio, where you can add that extension called PostgreSQL extension in that Azure Data Studio, where you can add your client IP address and your firewalls things, and you can use that Azure SQL platform from that Azure Data Studio also. So by using the credentials which you have created earlier. So similar to the PostgreSQL, we also can create that MySQL, right? So you can have that MySQL also, MySQL thing also. Other than MySQL, we also have this MariaDB. So you can also create those things. Go to this website link and you can understand all the things required for that. for creating. So these are the things which are in related to relational databases. We have non-relational databases also, where we have this Azure Cosmos DB. Like it applies to SQL API, Cassandra API, Zerlin API, Table API, and Azure Cosmos DB API for MongoDB. So these are the different types of things present in this Cosmos DB, where core SQL API is for is to need that query items related to SQL. You can use these things, or if you need to host a MongoDB like those things, you can go for Cassandra MongoDB. For Cassandra, if you need to host a Cassandra compatible to DB, you can go for the Cassandra. Or if you want to go for the graph based DB, you can go for Zerlin. If you want to store the data in the form of tables, then you can go for Table API, right? So these are the things which are different things present in Azure Cosmos DB. In the favorites, you can see those things like Cosmos DB icon will be there, so there you can select what type of thing you want. Go to marketplace and search for Azure Cosmos DB. These different types will be available. What type you want, select that and create that. So this is fully managed NoSQL database for modern app development, so which is used like you can see, application needs to respond in real time with large changes in the use of peak hours. So for better retrieval of data, most of the people or applications are migrating their applications to the NoSQL type. So this will be a time saving thing compared to relational databases, right? And next we will have this Redis cache, which is nothing but for in-memory storage. We use this Redis cache, like in-memory data. If you want to store, then you can go for this. You can create a database of this type, you can store in that. So for basic things, we don't go for cache memory. In the coming for large applications, we use this caching of data, right? Like those things. And finally, which we have here is the Azure Database Migration Service and Azure Managed Instance for Apache Cassandra. These things are for migration purpose, or if you want to manage data clusters with the Managed Instance Service, then you can go for that. This is the URLs. DMS, that is Database Migration Service. So go to this documentation, you read out this documentation, then you will get idea of those things. So I am not explaining all the things. The only basic thing which I have explained is what are the different types of databases which are present in Azure and Azure is providing. So that's all for today. In this video I have included all the databases, I think. So these things are enough to know about Microsoft services related database. If based upon your requirement, you can go through a depth of the particular database, and you can learn that thing and you can implement and use that things. So what I want to give is this much in this video. So go to the types of databases. These things are here listed. So understand those things and you will get clarity on that. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, feel free to comment in the comment section. So if I know that, I will definitely reply to you. I too don't know so many things. I have learned these things in previous months itself. So I'm just making a video for my friends who will understand basic things about Azure, like what are the different types of things will be there, like what are the services they are providing, like only basic things I'm making these videos. So I thought to share it in the YouTube also, so that will help others also. So if you like this, give a big thumbs up below, and if you have any doubts and comments, comment in the comment section. If you have any suggestions for me, you can feel free to comment in the comment section, so I will improve myself on that particular thing. Or if you want any topic other than these things, you can feel free to comment in the comment section, so I will definitely take time to learn those things, and I will try to expand those things. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon below. Bye bye. Note down all the links.